Hey guys, hope all is well. Just wanted to stop and drop a small video on just kind of what's going on in life right now with me. I have continued to grow in the hobby, grow in my understanding of what's going on, and things are going well. I can't complain. Learning a lot, learning a lot of what not to do, what not to buy. Made a lot of mistakes over the last year. Hope to learn from those and grow from those. But any which way, life's good. I can't complain. I apologize if you hear the birds in the background or even the cicadas. The cicadas are going crazy out here on the lake. So I just wanted to, again, stop and just apologize for that if you're hearing that. But anyway, went to a local card show this past weekend. Had a good time. Took my youngest son with me. He's trying. He doesn't quite like sports like I do, but yet he's trying to become more knowledgeable in it. And I'm just using the opportunity to spend some time with him. He's going to be gone before I know it, as far as out of the house and moving on with his life, just like all my other kids did. But any which way, had a good time over the weekend. Went to a small card show. I would say they probably had about 90 tables. It was set for 100, but about 90 people were there selling. I love going to these type shows and learning people's stories and hearing what people have to say, and developing relationships that maybe can lead to some deals in the future. Took several people's cards, bought several different things. One thing I want to show that I did pick up, and it's more of a personal thing for me. I am an Auburn fan. Football, basketball, baseball, it doesn't make a difference. I'm just a fan of Auburn. Have been my whole life, and probably, to me, one of the greatest endings of any college football game, unless you're an Alabama fan, was the ending of the 2013 Iron Bowl, where Chris Davis runs the missed field goal back for 109 yards, as he says on the radio announcement, and for the touchdown to win the game. Just to me, even if it was Bama that did it, I would have to acknowledge the fact that it's just one of the greatest endings of any college football game or college sporting event in general ever. But I picked up this. It's a nice little photograph of Chris Davis and the radio announcers, dialogue as what they're yelling as the play is going on. Signed by Chris, as well as PSA authenticated, and I picked that up just for me. One of the things I'm having to learn in the hobby is that you can't just sell everything. You'll burn out, if you're not buying stuff to put in your own collection. And people say, you can either be a dealer or you can be a collector, and I don't believe that. I believe that there's room and space for both. There's room and space for both the collector and the investor, as well as the dealer, and we need all of them in the hobby, and I'm trying to be all of them. I'm probably more of a seller than a collector at the moment, but it's something I'm being more diligent about. I'm going to put some stuff in my PC, stuff that I'm going to hold on to, stuff that I'll be able to hand down to my kids and my kids' kids. Well, they'll deal with that one day, but any which way. So anyway, had a good time. I picked that up. I also picked up a Bill Ripken 88 Fleer, that famous card. It's the black box version of it. It looks really clean. I sent it to PSA this week just to kind of have it graded. I'm not going to sell that. That's going to go in my personal collection. My idea is to eventually own all three different versions of the card at PSA 10 levels. So hopefully that'll happen one day. But any which way, it's just some of those things that, as a person who just loves sports. I grew up in that era, and I remember that card as it came out fresh out of the pack. So it brings back a lot of recollection and memories, nostalgia, things like that. But anyway, one of the things I want to talk about today is learning how wax is a lot of times a gamble. And ripping wax. I love to rip packs, and I probably have ripped more packs in the last year than I did my whole entire life up into this year. I have bought a lot of packs. I've ripped a lot of packs. I've hit some things, and I have missed a lot. And I know the old adage, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I get that. And I do believe in responsible gambling. So, for me, I look at it as entertainment. I rip the packs. Hopefully I hit something. If I don't, then so be it. But, it's just something that, you can go broke. I remember hearing Rob at Burbank, I believe Card Collector 2, was interviewing him at the shop. And he said, you'll go broke trying to accumulate this type of inventory by ripping. And that is absolutely so true. And it's so frustrating when you buy a box, you spend $35, $40 or even more on a blaster, and then even more on megas, and you don't get anything. And it's frustrating, and it's like you see the same cards over and over and over and over. But then sometimes you hit gold. Sometimes you really hit, and sometimes it's so much fun. And then I believe sometimes this is what it is. The wax god shines on you so that you'll buy more wax. That's my personal opinion on that. Like you'll hit a big card, and then it's like that desire to do it just grows, and it's like, I'm gonna go do some more. And I believe it's just it's a trap. Just stay away from it. Don't do it. But or when you do it, just understand that about 90% of the time you're not even going to get near the box value back. So. But here lately, I've been ripping a lot of 23 select basketball, and I've actually done pretty well with it. I've done quite well, actually. I picked up a box, a mega box, and pulled a Wemby blue cracked ice courtside, which I sold for I believe I had listed for $299. Somebody offered me $200. I countered at $250. They accepted. It went through authentication, and it's in the hands of the person now. But nonetheless, I hit that card, so that was a big moment. Happy. I'm not saying I was shaking when I was looking at it, but it was definitely a moment where I enjoyed it. And I'll just show you just a few cards that I picked up, just wax wise, that I've hit out of the select. Here's another Wemby. It is the Lodestar green. Out of select as well. This is a beautiful card to me. I love the color variation of it. I just absolutely like it. I'm contemplating. I believe it's a little off. I'm contemplating sending get it graded, but anyway. And then one of the things, it's like there's so many different variations. I didn't realize there's so many variations to 10 that were in the select this year, but so many different variations that you just get lost. So here's another different variation as far as, I'd never saw before until I pulled this card. I was ripping and just kind of like set it to the side, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool looking card. But eventually I pulled it up and got to looking at it and realized that it's the Joker. Too bad they didn't win the other night, but it is what it is. But it's a Joker. It's the elephant version. Ultimately, apparently it's a super short print, and was very impressed with the listing. I don't believe there's any sold comps on it, but as far as the listing price on it, I got it up there. We'll just see what happens. Also pulled a Cade Cunningham gold cracked ice, numbered to 10. So it is that's a big hit to me. Cade's kind of on a really bad team. Hopefully things can turn around for him. I know he was a hobby darling coming out, but hopefully things will work out for him. And also I pulled a Ja Morant gold as well. I think this is the gold flash. It's numbered 1 out of 10, which I'm very they say 110 or the jersey number, the bookends and the jersey numbers are kind of hold a little bit more value. So we'll see. I got listed. I've actually turned down an offer for it, and sometimes I wonder, when you turn down an offer, it's like, man, should I turn down that offer? Am I going to get another offer? But most of the time when you turn down the offer, if it's too low, then you eventually get someone that will take care of you. and buy what pay what you want, or kind of close to what you want. I'm one of those that likes to leave a little meat on the bone for everybody. I'm not trying to get 100% comps. I'm not trying to get, I'm trying my best to make a living, not make a living off of it, but to make profit off of it, and also just leave a little bit out there for other people. I went by Walmart this morning and picked up a fat pack of the 2023 Prism basketball, and pulled this gem. I pulled one of these last week. Was kind of shocked that I went back to the same watering hole and was able to pull another one. But absolutely amazed at it. But I pulled the Wimby red, white, and blue out of the Prism. I absolutely love this version. I love this variation. It's probably my favorite, or one of my favorites at least, of the variables of the different kinds of cards. And we'll get that up listed tonight on eBay, and just hopefully we'll field a good offer soon. But over the weekend, again, I said I went to this card show, had a good time at the card show. Again, trying to develop relationships with people, and just learn other people's stories. But I picked up a 4-row box of, nothing, no home runs in it, but it's a 4-row box completely filled with color, a lot of pink cracked ice, a lot of basketball, a lot of football. I believe that's all it was. It didn't really have any baseball in it, but it was, a lot of color, a lot of several numbered cards. There was also, I think out of the whole box, there were like 5 base cards. The rest of them were either silvers or numbers or different variations. So I was really pleased with that pickup. And then I also picked up a 3-row box, and I might have overpaid a little bit for the 3-row box. More than I say overpaid. I'm going to make money on the box as a part of that, because one of the things I don't mind doing is doing the grunt work. I don't mind taking every one of those cards and individually listing them on eBay. Some people don't want to do that, and that's fine. If that's not the direction they want to take their business, that's fine. For me, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing the grunt work. I like making sure that a card gets into the hands of a collector, as opposed to just people who want to buy something to flip it. I understand that is I understand I do part of that. That's part of my business as well. But I want to make sure that I'm getting cards into the hands of people that are going to be forever homes for people. So I don't mind, people who build sets, build, collections, or collect a certain player. They don't mind paying $1.99 free shipping for a card. I don't mind it at all. So I'll part every one of those cards out, and it may take me several years to sell them all. And I may not sell them all. They may end up, finding different ways to get rid of them, but nonetheless, I've been doing this for a little over a year, and that I bought many boxes, over the past year, and just parted them out. And we'll see what it is. My goal is to try to get to, by the end of the year, to get to 50,000 listings on eBay. I'm currently at about 12, so I got a long way to go by the end of the year. 13. I think I'm at 13 now. Anyway. But yeah, it's fun. So I picked up again a 3-row box too. I felt like I may have paid a little bit more than what I wanted to, but it was a father, a son, and a daughter that was setting up for the first time at a card show, and I was like, I'm gonna bless them. I'm gonna. So I threw out a number. They didn't really know what they wanted for the box. I asked how much they wanted. They didn't know. They gave me, I spit out a number of 200. And the little boy, he had to be, 12 years old, maybe younger. Anyway, he was just a young child, but he spit out, what about 250? I was like, well, sure, why not? We'll go to, I ended up negotiating. I think I got it for like 230, but anyway, one of the things for me is like, how are we approaching the hobby to help kids stay in it? And, the life of the hobby is going to be the next generation. So I felt like even if I may have overpaid more than I wanted to pay for that box, I wanted to leave that child with happiness and a desire to stay in the hobby. So one of the things I can't stand is to see an adult take advantage of a child. It's just, that's one of the things I've always admired about some of the influencers that I follow, on YouTube. They, a lot of them are, really take care of the kids. And I think that's just it's the future of the hobby. So we've got to figure out a way to do that. But any which way, definitely lasted longer than I thought it was going to last today. But I was just, happy for the weekend. Happy, I hit a brand new high on eBay as far as my numbers. It's not really a high for a lot of folks, but it's high for me. So I broke the $4,000 barrier for 90 days. So I'm onward and upward. Hopefully I will break the 5,000 barrier soon and see that 5-digit barrier broken soon. But nonetheless, I enjoy what I do. And again, it's not my only source of income. It's really just a hobby that pays for itself. I think, most of the time. But anyway, we're all that way, right? But I just, again, I enjoy what I do, and if you have lasted this long, I deeply appreciate it. And if you want to follow my journey, I'm gonna be transparent as I can be. My numbers will be transparent. I'll share my losses and my wins. And man, I have had some losses, but we'll see. If you want to follow along, subscribe. If you want to like the video, like it, comment, anything I can do to help you, reach out to me. I may not know a whole lot, but I can share what I do know. And God bless you. We'll see you on the next one.